Lord, our God, we are here for an interaction session. We are here to meet the King that you have given unto us. Everlasting Father, may you put words in his heart. May you put words in his mouth. May you also give us the ears, O Lord, to hear from me. Father, that then after this interaction session, that we will benefit and you also benefit. And glory and honor will be ascribed unto you in Jesus' name.
His Excellency, the Deputy Governor of Owerri State, here seated, Professor Placid Joko, other eminent personalities, welcome to all of us to this interactive session. His Excellency, sir, permit me to introduce the Reverend Father Professor Philip Obonna, whenever he comes, we'll let you know, sir. May I welcome the deans, the directors, heads of various departments, heads of various units.
Please, Presto, call the students to order immediately, please. Please, His Excellency is here. Let's show orderliness. Bikono, ndị Igbo si a na-eshibu n'ahụ okenye n'ọzọ. Enwere former Vice Chancellor nọ here, who's a member of council of this university. Ana m akpọ Professor IMSU ka ọ bịa dị ige nna ya ọjị. O toruru ya.
It was one. Igbo State, Chicago. My Vice Chancellor, I say, Owerri, what I get like anywhere. How are you? I hear we lodge.
More Ula, Owerri, the partner. Yashoko, or Bibaki Jariana Homa, Excellence of Bibaki Jariana Homa.
Please permit me to hide under the existing protocol. Your Excellency, this is a welcome address by Professor Uzodimma, the Vice Chancellor of Imo State University, at this first ever interactive section with Your Excellency, our visitor. Your Excellency, on behalf of the Governing Council, management, staff and students of this great university, I welcome you to this interactive session with the entire university community. We are happy you have given us this honor. The pleasure is entirely ours. Your Excellency, this is Imo State University. Our graduates are called Imo Stars. We are made up of around 25,000 students and around 1,800 staff. So we remain a formidable force in Imo State. Your Excellency, today you have not added another face this and face that associated with your personality. Your Excellency, you are the first governor in Nigeria to establish and maintain 3 universities. Your Excellency, you are the only honorary Imo Star to be the governor of Imo State. Your Excellency is the first Imo Star to marry an Imo Star. Thank you. We know that the wife of His Excellency, Chief Ikedio Hakim, is an Imo Star, but he was married to Chief Ikedio Hakim before becoming. Your Excellency, he was the first governor to clear 8-year clock of convocation. He cleared it in 1 day. Your Excellency was the first to give automatic employment to graduates of Imo State University who did not graduate during his tenure of visitorship. He gave them employment. Your Excellency has spent the longest hours in this any other visitor. During our convocation ceremony, he came by 1 p.m. and left this university by 5 p.m. 4 hours. To give a handshake to our graduating postgraduate students. For 1 hour, Your Excellency was standing, having a handshake with our students. And some of them even gave him a hug. More than any other Imolite. Before becoming the governor, it's on record. Every student of this university from Owerri was here on the scholarship of His Excellency, except those who don't want. The administration of His Excellency are filled with Imo stars. Imo stars. His Excellency found us appointable. Chief of Staff. Chief of Staff, please stand and take a bow. Deputy Chief of Staff. Numerous of them. Performer past. The chairman of ABC, Imo State. I want you to listen to what I will say now. I will say it with every sense of humility. What I want to say now, I will say it with every sense of responsibility and humility. Your Excellency, you are the first visitor of this university that appointed somebody you have never met before, someone you never knew, someone not related to you biologically, geographically, sociologically, historically, ancestrally, or in any of its antecedents, as the Vice Chancellor of this university. University and picked somebody he had never met before, not related to him, as Commissioner for Education. Professor John Cliff One Saturday last year, His Excellency bombed the phone. VC, give me a name from your university. Somebody I will make bossa in a newly established federal institution. OJE. See, I make a bossa. Now bringing Kebi. I sent a staff of this school, OJE, to His Excellency. His Excellency, to cut it short, OJE remains the only person in federal establishment appointed bossa without application, without interview. That's OJE. Because the OJE is here today, I saw him. That is OJE. Rise up and wave to the governor. His Excellency is the first visitor of this university to plant his feet on the office of the Vice Chancellor and bless that office. This will happen today. Your Excellency, all right. Your Excellency, truly you have added another feather today. You are the first visitor to visit this university for an interactive session with staff and students. It has never happened before. Interactive session is okay. Interactive session is an opportunity for staff and students of this great institution to share their thoughts with their father and have certain of their doubts cleared. In short, it is an opportunity to rock and roll with our father in not a too formal setting. It is, listen to what I will say now please. It is not designed for campaign purposes. But even if it is, what is wrong in urging any person here to vote for His Excellency? I will say that for the following reasons. Listen. How can we show appreciation for the following? His Excellency has supported us in every move. The last accreditation exercise, we cleared all. The present accreditation that is starting next week, His Excellency has already mobilized all to the fullest. His Excellency has always paid us salary as and at when due. For the first time in this state, listen, for the first time in this state, since coming to power, we have always received the 13th month. There is no December, he does not pay all the 13th month salary. When we were on strike, His Excellency paid us, not only paid us, but paid us as and at when due. Abia State University was not paid for 12 months and has not been paid. Federal universities were not paid. Anambra, Ebonyi and Enugu universities were not paid. But His Excellency paid us our salaries during strike. The country has always witnessed fuel increase. It was not caused by His Excellency. But the first time in the history of this state and this university, His Excellency gave us 300 bags of rice. 300 bags of rice. As a palliative measure. Hello? Listen. Is there anybody here who did not get his rice? Thank you. It was shared to every person, including estate workers. Your Excellency has adequately sponsored this university. Otherwise, how would I have been able to send lecturers to workshops and seminars all over the country, including outside this country? I have sent staff. Is it not true? Now let me tell you the one that will shock you. Every civil servant in the Imo State, including workers in the Imo State University, they have had their health insurance paid to the food by His Excellency. So if you are sick, go to any hospital, you'll be treated free of charge. As I said, this is not a campaign. So I will stop so far. I know our Excellency does not have the time. Your Excellency, we are very grateful. Today is your day for us. May God Almighty continue to prosper you beyond imaginations in Jesus' name.
Invite the Honorable Commissioner for Education and Human Development, our own dear Professor J.C. Wadike, to please come forward and make a few remarks while we move further over to having the program of events. Professor, His Excellency, members of the High Table, Chancellor, for want of time, let me be brief by joining others to welcome the digital governor of Imo State, somebody who is an all-rounder, very sound, very intelligent, and somebody cannot be to any field. He is a working computer. His Excellency, we are proud of you. Imo State staff and students are very happy with His Excellency. All our students are enjoying free tuition in this university. They are enjoying free education all over the state. And His Excellency has a special law for our university. Most of the people here are products of our university, and we are so happy with him. The staff of this university told me earlier before now that I should thank His Excellency in a special way for paying the February 2020 salary. They are so happy with you. And we are here to promise His Excellency. We've never had it so good. We have a date with 1111, and we are urging, promising you that our blood vote from this university will go for your massive return by the next Saturday. We love you and we will vote you. God bless everybody. Thank you very much.
Awesome.
that's the head of Department of Theatre Arts, Department of Imo State University, Dr. Thank you. We have adjusted the program because
the Deputy Governor of Imo State, all our invited guests, my boss, the Vice Chancellor of Imo State University, staff of Imo State University, Imo Stars, great Imo Stars. I want to thank you, Imo Stars, for remaining patient from Friday to today, waiting for our governor. I want to thank the staff of Imo State University for remaining patient. That shows that you love our governor. And our governor being here today shows that he loves you. I have also listened to my Vice Chancellor and the Commissioner saying so many things that our governor has done for us. Not just as governor, but right even before he became governor. I'm not going to repeat them, but to say, to whom much is given, much is expected. He has given us much, so much is expected from us. He has done so well as governor, and we said that the reward for hard work is more work. Again, you do not change a winning team. In the light of what he has done so far, and having regard for the fact that this university is the microcosm of the microcosmic Imo State. Because there is no family that is not represented here, either as a student or as a staff. So whatever we decide here has gone around Imo State. In the light of what I have said so far, I move that this august body gathered here today, I move for a vote of implicit confidence on the governor of Imo State. Accordingly, I move that we adopt him as our sole candidate for 11-11 election. On that note, I will request our Vice Chancellor to put the question.
Approved. Approved.
For this occasion, I pray Almighty God to lead you back safely and prepare you for 11/11. I thank you.
Thank you very much. Open what you want to be. Just open it and do it from here.
His Excellency, distinguished Senator Uzodimma, the Executive Governor of our dear state, the Vice Chancellor of our school, Professor Yuyu Chukwumeze,
Don't penetrate here.
a father in the class. On behalf of the 18th Republic Student Union Government of Imo State University, which by the hand of our distinguished Vice Chancellor, Professor Yuyu Chukwumeze, made an existence for the past 4 years that will be the student union government. Permit me to present this award to our Vice Chancellor, to present it to the distinguished Senator Uzodimma, the Executive Governor of our dear state.
Professor in our midst, Professor Plasi, the Deputy Governor of Imo State, to present his excellency.
Great Imo students, great IMSU stars, 3 happy buzzers for our governor and visitor to this university. You have for the governor. It is very unique that students in a state university will come together like this and so enthusiastically produce something like this for the governor of the state and the visitor to the university. I want to commend you, and as directed by your Vice Chancellor, I have no other choice but to graciously hand this flag over to His Excellency the Governor, distinguished Senator Uzodimma.
His Excellency, the Governor, and of course the visitor gentlemen, may I invite the Vice Chancellor of our great university, say other persons. Professor Chukwumeze, sir.
Excellency, thank you for visiting our university. But I was watching you to wonder how you breathe. I had to suppress my own in order not to appear weak. Thank you for coming. We thank the Deputy Governor, my organ, my master. We thank you. You have always been here for us. Distinguished Senator Senator has always been here for us. As a matter of fact, I don't know how to thank you for today. Only you will understand what I'm talking now. Thank you, Chief of Staff. You are our own now. What you have done for this school, especially the Faculty of Law, it can never be overemphasized. And the former Chief of Staff, our own brother, which was, we still see all the things he built for us. They are still there. I want to thank all of us here present. The entire APC team, the security team, Deputy Chief of Staff is also an Igbo staff, Chief Abo. Thank you for coming. His wife is one of us here. He's a HOD in psychology. Thank you, all of you, for coming. We are very grateful. For our own staff, I thank you for having the patience to stay from 11 o'clock till now. Thank you very much. You humbled me, as a matter of fact. I'm very grateful. My own students, Presto, and the traditional ruler, and the chief, the SS, the entire students union, our students, thank you very much for staying here. Now relax and listen to our father. After introduction by Chief Price. Thank you very much.
Your Excellency, the Governor of Imo State, distinguished members of your entourage, the management staff and students of Imo State University, gentlemen of the press, ladies and gentlemen. A professor of management was ready for a lecture. What can I say about the man who is about to speak to you? I will only simply say that because God knew that this day will come, that is why this day newspaper reporter is here. Because he knows that Uzodimma Vanguard will be here. That's why Vanguard newspaper is covering this event. His Excellency has championed the cause of the survival of all the educational institutions. That's why Champion Newspapers is here. And I can tell you above all, why is the Statesman newspaper surviving? Because Uzodimma is a statesman. Ladies and gentlemen, in one sentence, I now humbly before you introduce the Governor of Imo State as a man whose time has come.
Please sit down. Your Excellency, the Deputy Governor of Imo State, Professor Placid Njok, distinguished Senator Osita Izuneso, and Senator Patrick Indubeze, members of the National Assembly with us here this evening, the Deputy National Chairman of All Progressive Congress, Chief Ima Enugu, the Chairman of our party in Imo State, Sir McDonald Ebere, PhD, honorable members of Imo State House of Assembly, on my entourage, Your Excellency, the former Deputy Governor of Ebonyi State, Dr. Kelechi Iwe, the Vice Chancellor, Imo State University, Professor Yoyo Chukwumeze, Senior Advocate of Nigeria, the Director General and Chief Executive Officer of Nepal, Princess Gloria Kobondo, and other members of federal statutory commissions and agencies in our midst, the Secretary to the Government of Imo State, Chief Cosmos Iwu, the Chief of Staff to the Governor, Sir Barrister Nnamdi Anyei, and his Deputy, Barrister Emeka Abu, the All Progressive Congress Deputy Gubernatorial Candidate, Lady Chinyere Ekumaru, Honorable Commissioners, not forgetting the Commissioner for Education, whose constituency we are visiting,
the Deputy Vice Chancellors of IMSU, the academics, all members of the staff and management of Imo State University, distinguished Nigerians here, such as Chief Olisamitu, Chief Henry, former Minister of State Science and Technology, Ugumba Uchenwosu, former Chief of Staff to the Governor of Imo State, Barrister Chancellor, and other leaders and stakeholders in our midst. Not forgetting our erudite professors, the academic and non-academic staff of the institution, Imo leaders and stakeholders, gentlemen of the press, ladies and gentlemen. I have not forgotten the students of Imo State University, great Nigerian students, great Nigerian students of the greatest and of the greatest and of the greatest and of the greatest. I'm very delighted, very delighted to be with you here this evening and to apologize for the delayed start of this event. I decided to honor this invitation because I believe that the relationship between my government and Imo State University is that of a family business. I recall by January 2020 when I came in here as the governor of Imo State, there was already a visitation panel by Professor Nebo Chinedu. When by May of that year, he submitted his report to my office. In summary, going through the report, in one of the paragraphs, Professor Nebo said, and I want to quote, "I met the university in a mess where we did not know the number of students of the university, where we could not confirm the nominal role of the staff strength of the university, where as a matter of fact, salaries were hardly paid complete." End of quote. So it became a situation that required very serious attention. And I allowed engagement. I discussed with the then management. I was not satisfied. I tried appointing somebody from outside the university to act as a vice chancellor. I was not getting the kind of result I expected. I consulted very widely. Very widely. And we did a very thorough search. And the mantle fell on your current vice chancellor. And today, I've seen that I didn't make a mistake. Because the narrative is gradually changing and the improvement manifests. And I can confirm by the faces and the enthusiastic sea of heads I've seen in this hall, that all is well with you. I'm very passionate about this institution because I recall in those days, like when the Vice Chancellor spoke, the then Commissioner for Education, Dr. Linus Akunakwe, visited me with the management of this institution in 1998. There were books received from the United States of America lying at the wharf in Lagos. It's not able to be collected because of a debt exposure of $16,000 there. And I went into my bedroom, came out and gave them the money cash. And they then told me, with excitement, that this event of today, that was then, for history and records, that will put stamps on all those books, that they were made possible by my contribution. Now, what is my interest? Why did I go into politics? Many of you seated here know me very well. I was called a philanthropist. I was called a community developer. I was called a generous man. I did so many things, including addressing things that were supposed to be done by government. But I discovered that no one man can develop a community. What one man, best man, can do for any community in 100 years, a responsible government can do it in 1 minute. So, having been all my life in the private sector, and I took a decision that to be able to do organized and constructive philanthropy, that the public sector presents a better platform for me to make my own contribution towards the development of the place. I looked at some of you young men and women this afternoon when I came in. I saw that you are ready and willing to read, to acquire knowledge. There is no asset anywhere in the world that is better than knowledge. It is what we are looking for. So I'm here to encourage you that the reason why I came is because if we must get it right as a country, if we must get it right as a state, we must get our youth population right. The future of our youth is the future of our country. So when people sit down and blame government and blame leadership, government is only government if you are within the government. It has to be a collective thing. So the unemployment of our youth population, which has become cancer to national development, must be addressed. So I came into Imo State. I saw that my people, God's people of Imo State, were still living in the old order. And And for us to really bring out our people from the old order to the new order, we need courage, we need commitment, we need the fear of God, and you must be above all a creative thinker. So, we started cleaning up the place. When we wanted to automate the payroll system, it was heavily opposed. Opposed not because it's not the best idea, but the beneficiaries of the old order challenged it. But I persevered, insisted. Today, you receive your salaries as civil servants of the Imo State government at the comfort of your homes. I met the single treasury account which I inherited. The reason given to me why they included the tertiary institutions, among others, is that revenue leakages that our internally generated revenue profile was suffering big time. I agreed, but at the same time, the best thing to do is to allow tertiary institutions to have their financial autonomy. But anything worth doing is worth doing well. Because if you want to have autonomy, you must be fully autonomous. You cannot claim to be autonomous, and at the end of the day, you still want government to bring money from outside to pay your bills. So I thought that I allowed that TSA payment so that I will be able to establish the income earning capacity of every institution, to be able to ascertain the level of intervention government should do for them to stand on their own. They exist all over the world, private institutions with little or no support, yet return on investment is bright. So we need to have the appropriate mindset. We need to be committed, and above all, sincerity. As managers of public funds, we must be sincere. Growing up as a young man, we believe that managers of tertiary institutions, who of course are supposed to be above board, should be the people telling us what to do. But the experiences of life has shown that sometimes you think you are the best person, you're the most intelligent person in the world. You may be a professor, you may not be a professor, you may claim that you are a hero. But I think that you are only a hero if the society says so. It's not about what you can do, but how what you can do have impacted on the people. Therefore, I wish you well. And I believe that if this school is strong, Imo State is strong. I will give you, I spoke severally with the Vice Chancellor. In many occasions, he brings his memo, but you can ask him. I read every document I sign. I don't sign documents before reading them. Because one day I will leave here and I'll be called to ask questions. And I'll answer. I should be able to answer the questions. So I told the Vice Chancellor, it's not about how much we are spending. It's not about how much government is giving to you. My utmost interest is value addition. The money we are giving out, what is the value to the overall interest of the students? So if he must be my friend, he must learn how to do things right. I am a slave to merit. And let me tell you, I've been in this politics. I've gone around for so many years. I've met friends. I've also made enemies. I am the most blackmailed politician in Imo State. But it doesn't bother me. I have a covenant with my God. Leaders who want to be praised, who want to be eulogized, who want to be clapped for while they're in office, ends up leaving offices as bad leaders. In fact, how you know a good leader is when he's abused, blackmailed, insulted, most times suffer from campaign of calumny by his opponents. Because Ndi was the one that so my students, you are my project. I will discuss with the management of the school. I will do everything we can do to allow this school to be able to stand on its own. The Vice Chancellor told you, when the Vice Chancellor was appointed, I announced the appointment before I met him. When the Commissioner for Education was appointed, I announced the appointment before I met him. I did a thorough search that is not based on whether it's going to be an ugly man, or a handsome man, or a beautiful woman. I made inquiries. It is only God that is perfect. But we want in every being, human being, let us have at least 75% to 80% perfection. If we do that, we will not only be pleasing God, we will be helping the society. It is true that I'm contesting an election, but life does not start at the end with the election. Election that is coming, as elites, we must allow people to consult their consciences and vote what their conscience tells them. I cannot force people to vote for me. We vote for you. It's as simple as that. That is the hope Uzodimma you should know. But I challenge anybody who will say that I came here as a governor and tampered with the public wealth and tampered with the government property. I challenge anybody. It is not me. It can never be me. So all I'm saying is that to build Imo State, in whatever position you find yourself, in whatever responsibility that is given to you, it is only through collective effort. Your responsibility, your role is as important as mine. We must work together. We, the students, understandably, I was told that this cultism and all this rascalism, I want to beg you, students of Imo State University, I want to be your partner. All over the world, ideas rule the world. I want you to acquire knowledge and skills. You will find out that you will make more money by doing things right, by going through the wrong route. We will counsel you, we will rehabilitate you, we will convert you from the wrong way things to the good things. So when you go home, it's not about me. Age waits for nobody. A woman cannot afford to lose 2 years in her lifespan. A man cannot afford to lose 1 year in his lifespan. So the earlier you begin to be focused, the better for you. Cry out when you are in trouble. If man does not intervene, God will intervene. So I want to thank you for listening to me, for giving me the audience to speak to you. Ordinarily, it was supposed to be an interactive section where I will allow for questions and answers. If we still have time, we will do it. But the decision of what you will be in life cannot come from anybody but you. If you want to be a good, successful man, it is you that will decide. If you want to become a nuisance to the society, well, poverty has no relationship. Nobody wants to be a friend or a brother to poverty. So do that, which will earn you a living. I'm aware that most of you already benefited from our Skill Up program. That program is meant to create young millionaires and billionaires in Imo State. Tomorrow, I will be flagging off another 40,000 youths, cohort 3. We have signed up agreements with foreign companies. Let nobody politicize it. These are companies that will need the services we are trading. The curriculum we are professing there, the menu we have is that gotten from foreign companies, that these are the jobs, the kind of skills they are looking for. So if we get our young boys and girls employed by these companies, some of them will work from Imo State, some of them will travel to work in those companies and earn foreign exchange. The monies will be sent to home, because I know you will not forget your families. And what is more, the moment you are lucky to be one of those employed, Imo State government will pay for a plane ticket and the BTA to travel. Government is not about building roads and infrastructure. Democracy is not about physical infrastructure. If anything, democracy is more of the intangibles. So attitudinal change, when we engage our youth population, when we keep them busy, their thought process will be inhibited, and they will begin to do things differently. So by the grace of God, I am here to support the institution, both the management, both the students. I don't even believe that education should be free, because free food is a rotten food. You need to eat good food. We can establish back our bursaries. We can support you through our bursary programs. We can float energize our scholarship boards, help our students, particularly the vulnerable ones and indigent ones. Why will I be a father and I'm successful and I'll be looking for free education for my child? That doesn't make a responsible father. Because I want my son to be better than me. So by the grace of God, I think that this institution, it used to be #1 state university in Nigeria. And we must go back to that record. We should go back to that record. So I want to thank you and pledge once more that as long as we will get more value for every expenditure of government, as long as we will get the motivation and get the morale of the management boosted and the results manifest, we will continue to be with you, support you, and ensure that going forward, we will remain the #1 university in state university in Nigeria. So I want to thank you for the audience, and I want to crave the indulgence of the Vice Chancellor. If there is anybody here with a useful information of what if we do, this university will go to heaven, I'll give you opportunity to speak. If there is anybody here who knows what we will do, things we will do to support this school, to get back to the original position of the best state university in Nigeria, graduate the best students in Nigeria. You know the meaning of a star when you say you are IMO stars. That is the ultimate. A star is a star. A star is sought for. So if really our dream is to produce stars from this school, it means all of us must join hands and efforts to make the school the best school in under any records in Nigeria. So I want to thank you. I don't have much to talk. My people wrote a very long speech. I don't think that this speech is what I need. I spoke to you from my mind. May God bless all of us.
Hello. Your Excellency, sir. Ashija no Owerri. I hear you make up an old trash. You may not want trash. You don't come in a one and a good. And up an old trash. I don't look back there 10 o'clock when you get an soup. And I will go on trash. Distinguished gentlemen, I will call on the chairman. Permit me to hide on existing protocol. I am making my comments and suggestions and questions in relation to the morale of staff. Central to the many IMSU welfare needs, which we have severally communicated to your office, are the issues of the union's unrelated pension deductions since 2015, non-implementation of consequential financial adjustments of professors and readers promoted in 2015, 2016 and 2017 and released in 2020, and other promotions, and of course staggered payment of monthly salaries. We gathered from the data center that for this to be paid and settled requires your Excellency's approval. Sir, my question is, when will the approval come for this to be settled, for the morale of the staff to be on the right course? Thank you very much, sir.
We, the student community, is asking for our school fees not to be increased, and also our university needs street lights. Our alliances has bad roads, and the senior union government needs to renovate their house, and also the roads that leads at the summit. Please, you put it down as well, you know what I'm saying. Some faculties will lack lecture halls here in the university. of Student Union Government. Thank you, His Excellency.
Gịnị ka anyị na-asụ asụsụ Igbo? Your Excellency, naanị mgbe eji Igbo ekwu okwu ugbu a bụ na mgbe a na-awa ọjị. Mgbe na-ekwu, o nwere mgbe anyị chụgidere ka a sụọ Igbo na mahadum, n'ụlọ akwụkwọ ọta akara, n'ụlọ akwụkwọ praịmarị na sekọndịrị. Anyị megidere mgbe emere mkpebi ahụ na 21st of October 2001. Ọkwanụ mgbe ị nọ n'ọchịchị ka ekpebiri ya n'ụlọ omeiwu. Your Excellency, nke kacha ụtọ bụ na mahadum Imo steeti a site na onye ndu anyị akwụkwọ niile nọ n'ọta akara praịmarị sekọndịrị ga na-amụ Igbo. Biko nna anyị ukwu, nyekwara ndị na-abụ ya ezi nkwado. Ekele na gị. Ndewo. Your Excellency, nke fọdụrụnụ nna ya ukwu dịkwanụ gị n'aka, maka na anyị aga na nchọpụta na ọtụtụ ụlọ akwụkwọ nọ n'Imo steeti site n'ọta akara ruo na praịmarị ruo na sekọndịrị. Your Excellency, ọtụtụ n'ime ha anaghị akụ Igbo, ọtụtụ n'ime ha enweghị ndị nkụzi Igbo. Ga-abịa na mahadum na praịmarị skuul sekọndịrị ha na-amụ Russia.
The challenge I am accepting on behalf of the university. You have assembled a wonderful team led by our head Vice Chancellor. He has capital that can guide him effectively.
Listen. The first question by the chairman of IMSU that has to do with staff morale. And he's talking of salary increase and the consequential adjustment. I will link this to what Dr. Nwulu said. When you talk about salary increase, you talk about consequential adjustment, and you don't relate it to your income earning capacity, then there is a problem. Because the Red Cross, they are not here. It's only Red Cross that gives money out without minding whether there will be value or not. So everything we confirm as salaries for our staff, government will keep to it. I'm also disposed to increasing the salaries, provided it's affordable. When I came in 2020, we had an IGR of less than 600 million a month, internally generated revenue. And when they pay salary from federal allocation, sometimes you have to borrow money from banks. I made a debt obligation of 280-something billion in Imo State. And DMO will not allow me to borrow. Our borrowing ratio was completely exhausted. We couldn't borrow. We now have to face other extra budgetary means, leveraging on my personal relationship with federal government to get interventions to be able to sustain regular payment of salaries. How will I be talking of salary increase? And what use will it be if I please you and said I'm increasing your salary today, and tomorrow I'm known as a governor who couldn't pay salaries? So I want both our workers, our unions, to always look at realistic ways of addressing issues. When I came in 2020, Imo State was not implementing 30,000 naira minimum wage.
I started it in 2020. Minimum wage. When we now had this fuel subsidy removal, I increased the minimum wage to 40,000 in Imo State, and I'm paying it judiciously. So the only thing is that the thing about salaries of workers and the check-up dues, like he said, is about the union. When I came, all the unions in Imo State, their check-up dues was 1.5% against the 3% in the law. I met with them. I persuaded them into agreeing that we must have stability. We must have the civil service function. We must have our school system function. Now this idea of going on strike before your problems are addressed, I don't want it. I set up a standing committee that will be negotiating with government and NEBO under the chairmanship of my Secretary of Government. But even at that, I am paying now 3% check-up dues to all the unions. Because our revenue earning capacity is not the same with that of federal government. But even at that, Wages and Salary Commission gave us what we call the connoisseurs, and that is what we implemented in Imo State. We continue to do that, but as our revenue and revenue earning capacity improves, we will of course inject more increase in their salaries. But now, look at Dr. Mulu speaking. Look at the reaction of the students. Sometimes we must strike a balance. Because if the morale of teachers is very good, the morale of students also should also be very good. So we carry this in the partnership. So I can assure you, IMSU chairman, that they have a friendly government. And I will always discuss with you. Areas I am supposed to do something, I will do. Areas I will want you to breathe in for me a little bit, you should also breathe in a little bit for me. Now, the internal roads here are very bad. And the place is dark. We must light up this place. So you have made other requests that they completely on infrastructure. I met with the vice chancellors of the 3 universities in Imo State, including the provost of the Polytechnic and that of the College of Education. And I told them that government can never operate in isolation. I looked at how other serious states are carrying out the affairs of governance. The Public Procurement Act requires that no procurement by any government entity, whether institution or organization or agency or MDA, should be done without complying to the provisions of the Public Procurement Act. Therefore, I commissioned the universities in Imo State to do needs assessment, prioritize what they need, and submit to my office. And I made them to follow compliance to budgetary provisions, which will include interventions we get. Most schools in Nigeria, most tertiary institutions in Nigeria, as a matter of fact, benefit more from interventions, debt from grants from federal and international agencies, development partners. But this money comes to schools who will even keep government out of it. Not only that they will spend the money, they will spend this money outside the provisions of the Public Procurement Act. I have told all schools, if you want to do internal, if you want to do street light, if you want to build a library, if you want to build auditorium, put it in your budget and submit to budget office. The reason is because rise you to say, what do you need in infrastructure? You should be able to have a checklist to identify today. I'm not interested on who will be the contractor, but I'm interested in making sure that the interventions we get from both federal government and development partners will add value to our school system. So up till now, some of them are still dodging me. I just asked the school master and I said, what is this thing? How are we doing it? He said he will submit his own. So this is how to, we must be in sync with the realities of the day. And nobody should be ashamed of how his mother or father looks. What we're able to do, we will do. What we're not able to do, we should be bold enough to tell the public we may not be able to do this now. And under proper arrangement, we will make progress. So the students continue to behave well, even for also security reasons. We need to make sure this place is not dark in the night. So we'll do that. You told me you need a bus and you need a motor. Which one do you need? Okay, I'll look into it. When I spoke to you a few minutes ago, I said that my preference would be for university to be independent, generate their own money, spend their own money. But you see, it is usually good, since the school is used to receiving intervention and subvention from government. It's usually good to be able to evaluate properly the funding need of the institution, side by side with the generating capacity of the institution. So we will be able to establish where gap exists, whether for or against. Now government will now know, okay, since at the end of the day what you need every month is 40 million, and what you're able to generate is 30 million. Government will now know that they are under obligation to bring in 10 million every month. But where you say you want to be autonomous, and we know koro that you are generating money, and you want government to fund you 100%, oh boy, how? It's not possible. You know them from TSN, but you must tell me to what extent am I going to intervene, and I will grant infancy status, and to what extent will I offload them completely to take care of themselves? Because the university should be able to earn its own upkeep. Now, I think I ain't sure okay with more Igbo lecturers. It is really important that we encourage our culture. Look at how entertaining the dancing group they did to us. If we are not from Igbo land, are we able to present this kind of dancing group? So we will encourage the university to bring more Igbo lecturers to take Igbo language very seriously. As a matter of fact, some of us that live outside Igbo land, we try to send our children to our mother-in-laws, fathers and sisters to be able to be sure that they will speak Igbo language. We do that. So if we have a school like this, nothing should stop us from encouraging our own heritage. I am a very proud Igbo man. I'm happy I'm from here. And when I come again in this world, if reincarnation is true, I want to be born here again. And then, I think that takes care of it. I have seen that this engagement today is a very useful one. By the grace of God, if time permits, I will do regular interactions like this with all our institutions, so that all the hidden things will be exposed, and all the exposed things will be protected. They won't.
national anthem. Clear the iron for the governor.